Hello, my name is Shaw. Welcome to my channel, and this will be my second tier list. Today we're going to be ranking the Pokemon remakes. I may have mentioned that in the last video that was likely to come. I have a couple other ideas. We're kind of running out of ideas fast, so hopefully I can figure some things out. But the next video will likely be either ranking the Pokemon rivals, we'll stick with the Pokemon theme, or we'll move to Kingdom Hearts and rank the Kingdom Hearts games. Anyways, let's get into this tier list. Again, we'll be using Capwing. It's like, yeah, capwing.com. Uh, it's a handy site that I found. I think a lot of people use it. But anyways, let's get into this. So I have included Let's Go as a remake. Um, some people might argue whether it deserves to be here, but we're gonna put it in. I feel like it's kind of a remake. I mean, it's definitely a reimagining of Yellow. So, but we're gonna throw it in there for the sake of this. Just so there's more than 4 games, I guess. So we'll start with Fire Red and Leaf Green. If you remember my last video, I had placed Gen 1 in A tier. Like it or not, that is where I decided to put it. Um, for the first remakes, would essentially set the tone for what remakes were to come. Fire Red and Leaf Green were phenomenal games. Added a nice chunk of post game to the game. It brought a lot of needed Pokemon to the third generation. We're gonna throw it in the S tier because it was everything the original Red and Blue was, but with all the changes like breeding and even a lot of the changes that, or sorry, all the changes Gen 3 brought, like abilities and natures and stuff. So it's an easy S tier for me. I love these games. They pretty much brought me back into the series, especially when Ruby was very lackluster for me when I played it, and I was just kind of bleh. But these, if it wasn't for these games, I probably wouldn't still be a Pokemon fan. That's just probably how it is. So they have to be S rank for me. And then to jump over to Generation 2, which, again, knocked it out of the park. Probably the best Pokemon games. It's Heart Gold, Soul Silver. They took everything that was great in Gold and Silver, and then, again, just gave it the modern look, added all the new modern things, uh, allowed Pokemon to follow behind you like Pikachu could in Yellow, and not just Pikachu. Like you could do it with whoever your lead Pokemon was. Oh, actually, maybe you marked them. I can't remember. Anyways, it's a feature that they keep kind of flirting with, and then people are like, "Why isn't this back? Why can't I have my little buddy follow me around?" They did a bit of it in Sword and Shield and the DLCs, and it's just crazy to me that it just hasn't been a staple feature of the franchise, especially considering that people want it. Like people love it. It's fantastic. So easy S tier. Again, they just took the original, improved upon it. The original was S. Why wouldn't this be S? Now let's go to Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Now, I mentioned this. I was not a fan. Like, Ruby and Sapphire down here. This game, these games added so much. The story, I still am not a big fan of, but gameplay wise, um, I guess it helps that it was a lot easier for you to include all the Pokemon in the game. So there was means of either transferring or whatever from X and Y. Like, I mean, as soon as I beat the game, I dumped the entire living Pokedex into this game and had a shiny charm. It was fantastic. I caught a shiny Ho-Oh. Um, Nothing bad to say about these games. Again, aside from the story, we're gonna put them in B. I think that's a huge improvement from the D that I put the originals in. Again, still not a perfect game, still not my most favorite, but they added enough features, I guess, from Emerald. I never actually played Emerald, uh, to improve upon these greatly. Still not a big fan of Mag Evolutions and stuff. I don't think I'm ever going to be a fan of any of those gimmicks, but they're here to stay, so I guess I just got to suck it up. Now into Let's Go. I enjoyed these games a lot more than I thought I was going to. I did not pick a Let's Go game up until late into the Switch's life. It was 2020, so 3 years after these games came out, I picked them up. I picked up Let's Go Eevee, anyways, and I didn't have much faith that I was going to really enjoy them, and I thought it was really fun. It's not the more modernized Gen 1 experience I would have wanted. I was really hoping for a more 3D, traditional Pokemon style RPG. Instead, we got this let's bank off of Pokemon Go success game. And because of that, it is gonna sit B with Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Again, really fun game. I don't think there's a single Pokemon game that I don't think is playable. Uh, and this is this is no exception. Like it's fun, it's cutesy. There's definitely a niche for it. And if they were to make a sequel to it, a Gen 2 Let's Go, I don't think they will. I feel like it's past the point where that's relevant unless they try to do a Pokemon Go resurgence and they do that to do that. And maybe that's what they've been waiting on. Anyways, if people haven't picked this up, if they're Pokemon fans, I wouldn't allow yourselves to be scared away from the non-traditional combat. I think it's definitely worth a play. And now to Gen 4. The you know what? People shit on the graphics of this game. I actually kind of enjoyed the chibi art style. I liked it. I felt it was very fitting for the franchise. Um, it felt like a upscaled version of the original games. But I think there in turn came a bit of a problem, as it was more or less a upscaled version of the original games with a few little tweaks. But like they didn't even add anything that Platinum added. The Pokedex was still very limited, although not quite as limited as the original games, due to you could catch more Pokemon in the underground, which did open up a few more fire Pokemon roster, which is a huge problem in the game, is because there's a very limited fire Pokemon in this game. It's bananas. I mean, sure, I guess you can go through it without using a fire Pokemon, but some people like fire Pokemon, so why limit them? I guess. I mean, you just if you want fire Pokemon so bad, just start with Infernape. I mean, Infernape is a solid Pokemon, but anyways, given the mild improvements they made to it, I am, however, going to put it in C. So it did manage to outbeat the original by this much. This much. Um, Definitely a downfall of the remakes. For personally, for the one that sold the most, it didn't show it. It was easily the worst of the remakes. Even this little poo poo didn't say that again. I actually really uh, again it'd be up here if it had a traditional battle system, like hands down. The go mechanics really just kill it for me, to be honest. Uh, Anyways, we have run out of remakes. Maybe next year we'll have Gen 5 and we can update this video with Gen 5 and hopefully it's up here. So if they ruin that game, I'll be fucking pissed. All right, until next time, have a great day and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.